Hello, Assalamualaikum. Good afternoon. My name is Zaki. I'm talking on behalf of University Putra Malaysia. Specifically, there is a unit called Putra Science Park. We are the unit which manage the innovation and commercialization activities of UPM. So for my presentation, I will be talking a bit about the unit because actually I am presenting thousands of technology in 25 minutes. Not really. We just selected a few, like 5 or 7 technologies, but we have more in our inventory of technologies. So what I'm presenting here, we had a hard time scanning through all the thousands of IPs, selecting which one is greenest, which suit the theme of the exhibition today. So feel free to ask questions, but since it's not my technology, it will be technology from various disciplines. I will try my best to explain in layman's terms what are the benefits of this technology. For your info, for each technology that I am presenting, there is a project leader, a researcher, who is responsible for that project. For further technical information, I will give you the contact number that you can contact for further discussion. Okay. Thank you very much for your attendance today. And also, I have arranged for 2 sections of my presentation within this 25 minutes. I will be talking on the technologies. Then I will have our CEO of Business Development, Encik Zakir Jaafar. He is here today, who will talk about the process of commercialization. Should any of you are interested in any of our technology, so that would be the format of my presentation today. Okay. So, like I said, I am representing an office in University Putra Malaysia, where we manage the innovation process and commercialization. Maybe most of you had already known UPM. We used to be known as University Pertanian, but for quite some time now we are known as University Putra Malaysia. We had a lot of innovations and technologies to be commercialized. You can imagine more than 30 years of research experience. We have quite a lot actually. Putra Science Park is the unit where if any of the industrial player or anybody from the industry or from the business world who are interested with any of UPM technology, you should come to Putra Science Park, because this is where all the dealings regarding the technology of UPM will be held. Okay. So a little bit of our achievement by UPM, not Putra Science Park per se. We have over 1,200 IPs, intellectual property, which we have protected. And these from various disciplines, various background, broad area of discipline. And out of this, over the years, we have commercialized over 50 technologies from our research labs. And during the course of that time, we have generated around 35 million of sales from various products. So in terms of commercialization, we have a little bit of experience in doing that. So feel free to come and discuss with Putra Science Park if you are interested in any of this. Okay, in Putra Science Park, when you want to deal with, you are interested in any of our technology, you will come to the administrative division, where this is where everything starts. You will meet the director and you will ask for specific technology you are interested in, either the ones that are presented here this afternoon, or you find it elsewhere in the media, in the newspaper, and anywhere else. We have our unit where we protect our technology. We have the division that we call IP Protection and Licensing Division. This is where we manage UPM's IP protection and maintenance, and we increase IP protection awareness to our lecturers. And we manage and monitor licensing documentation. And annually, UPM spend over $1 million of Malaysian ringgit to protect our technology in terms of patent license and everything. And then we have Innovation and Promotion and Marketing Division. This is the division where I am heading. I promote, we attend exhibition. Even last week, we have one national exhibition called My Expo, where we organize exhibition for innovative research products. We also invited school children from secondary school to participate, and we give recognition in terms of medal and certificates, just to inculcate the culture of innovation among school children. But during My Expo, we also exhibited about 100 new technologies from various disciplines. If any of you were there, you might have seen some of this, all of this. So it was an interesting event. Okay. And then recently we have EduPark division. This is where we, as a university, as a long-standing university, we have a lot of facilities. We have lots of labs, which are very beneficial for the society to tap into, to get the benefit. They can come and visit and organize tour to see these labs. We have our herbal parks, we have our anatomy museum, we have medical faculty, we have veterinary faculty. You can come and see how scientists do their work. And in the process, students can learn about the knowledge of these disciplines. Okay. Okay. Now on to the business that we have come here today for. I will be presenting about 7 or 8 technology, the potential products that I think over last night I tried to skim through over our 1,000 IPs to see which one is green, which befit the theme of the exhibition today. Okay, the first one is biopesticide. We know that pesticide is a hazard for our environment. Our researcher, Dr. Lau Wei Hong, have developed a biopesticide. This is a special kind of pesticide. We use it's almost like a bio weapon against specific pest that is dangerous to our plants and gardens. So it's a cost-effective process involving locally discovered baculovirus. So it's not a foreign virus. The virus has been around for quite some time. And it is environmentally stable biopesticide, and it is specifically harmful against armyworm. This is one specific pest that we can find in our gardens and our plantation. Upon ingestion of the crystalline viral protein matrix by armyworms, it will cause death in the armyworms within 3 days. When the armyworm dies, its body releases replicated viruses to the leaf that will infect other armyworms, leading to mass mortality. It's like spreading disease among the pesticides. So the benefits to the biopesticides, it is safe to handle. It does not harm any other organism. You can use the existing spraying equipment to spray the virus. And a small inoculum of virus required as it rapidly spreads within days. Quantity is not the issue because the virus replicates itself. Does not intensify or create new pest problems. And studies have shown that the pests are unable or very slow to develop resistance to this virus. So we know that as much as possible we should try to replace any pesticide, chemical, artificial pesticide, with a more greener solution. So this is one of it. So it is effective in controlling major insect pests, widely known to damage many important crops. It possesses no threat to non-targeted organisms which lack receptors for viral invasion. The researcher explained that the virus is only harmful to specific pests because humans or any other animals do not interact with the virus on microbiological level. And the study had shown that by using this pesticide, you can increase your crop yield by up to 30%, and that's quite a lot of increase. And compare that against the cost of having to spray specific amount of artificial pesticides. And local plantations susceptible to armyworm infestation will benefit immensely from this innovation. So if you are interested, this is the researcher, but you should come to Putra Science Park first to discuss about this. And then we have another technology in wastewater treatment. It's called Cosmoball. You know that wastewater treatment is quite an expensive activity. You need energy, you need chemical to treat the effluent. But by using this, you are utilizing the natural microbiological entities to multiply and to replicate in the untreated water. The researcher described it as bungalows for the bacteria. It houses the bacteria because it creates that void which provides just the right amount of oxygen and so on and so forth for the bacteria to propagate. It can be used in aeration tank media, septic tank, anaerobic filter, tricking filters, and in-half tank biomedia. A large surface area of contact which provides longer contact time for biological activities. It's easy to be removed or cleaned whenever required. It uses special plastic that does not corrode with all the components or the chemical compound that can be found in the wastewater. It's made of strong polyethylene plastic which will resist even highly corrosive and hazardous effluent. It is less prone to clogging as the void space provided is in excess of 85%. So it can be used in industrial wastewater treatment. It saves 50% of space requirements. You don't have to use as much space because the oxygen delivery is very efficient. And the researcher had done tests with Indah Water, and Indah Water is utilizing this Cosmoball at some of their plants. So that's about the Cosmoball. And then we have a series of heavy metal detection kit using green technology. This is just one of the researchers who are working on this. We have many test kits with superior sensitivity and at cheaper cost to detect heavy metal in water. It uses enzyme which sends heavy metals through inactivation of the enzyme activity in the presence of heavy metals. So it's like thinking out of the box of how to solve this problem. It reduces cost in heavy metal detection as much as 10 times because of the simplicity of the procedure. So this is specifically for companies dealing with environmental monitoring, with water companies. Heavy metals are elements that forever persist in the environment as toxic pollutants, and heavy metal river monitoring is a very expensive affair. Hence, current instrument analysis is a need-to-know basis. A few companies actually had start talking with us to adopt some of this heavy metal detection technology. And then we have Professor Dr. Muhammad Arif Said working on Bacto Green. What he did is to imbue sawdust with special bacteria which will act as a moisture absorbing component, and the bacteria will remove odor of whatever waste he is treating. The combination prevents malodor and reduces the spread of disease causing organism. So any company dealing with rubbish dumping, household garbage bags and containers often emit bad odor and heaven for disease causing organism. So this technology get rid of that problem. To know more about this, I welcome you to come and discuss with our office. And Professor Dr. Taufik Yap Yun Hin is working on a catalyst for producing biodiesel using heterogeneous catalytic system. I have a hard time trying to digest what the system is all about, but basically conventionally people use homogeneous system to develop biodiesel, but Dr. Taufik has developed heterogeneous catalytic reaction, and the most immediate benefit is lower production costs. And more than 90% of biodiesel developed was observed with high catalyst reusability as compared to other catalysts in the market. So it can be used again and again. That's one of the way it saves costs. In terms of cost, the study shows that it reduced as much as $59 of production cost per metric ton, PMT. And it also saves costs by removing some of the conventional pre-treatment steps that is listed there. You don't have to pre-treat for crude feedstock. You don't have to wash the homogeneous catalyst and treatment of wastewater that generate during washing and purification steps. It is suitable to be used as industrial catalyst for biodiesel production with high reusability. High flexibility catalyst we can use for batch or continuous production of biodiesel, and it is highly compatible with various kinds of oils. How much cost it saves, the data is there, but I missed it here. So it is attractive for biodiesel manufacturers, oil and gas companies, and any petrochemical industry. And then I have presented to you biopesticide, but this one now is biofertilizer, again using microbes for sustainable crop production. Organic base of biofertilizer that contains consortium of free living nitrogen fixing, phosphate solubilizing bacteria with sufficient amount of essential nutrient element and phytohormone for plant growth. The benefits, it has been demonstrated that increased crop yield through addition of NP from microbes and efficient uptake of essential nutrients through improved root growth, save microbes and without foul odor. Okay. It promotes plant growth up to 200% over chemical fertilizers, improve soil ecosystem, and reduce pollution in the environment. Okay. And the market potential is suitable for vegetable growth, plantation crops, and fruit crops. This is one of the amazing product that is ready to go into the market. And then we have Professor Dr. Oman from the Engineering Faculty developing phase change materials, impregnated biopolyurethane roofing in building application. This is energy saving design strategy where normally we use just normal insulation, but Prof. Dr. Oman has impregnated the insulation with fatty acids which will store energy during the day. So in terms of saving energy, it saves more, and it will, the payback time is there, but I can't remember what is the payback time. It's lighter, moldable, relatively safe, and it saves energy. Insulation is a big business now because most of our buildings are air conditioned. So this is one of the latest technology which use latent heat phenomenon to store heat inside the insulation itself. So the potential is to be applied in the building industry, as you can see there. And again, Dr. Prof. Lokman also developed biomass absorbent, modified biomass chemisorbent for dyes removal. This is for textile industries where the effluent is normally contain hazardous dye residual. So what he used is normal palm kernel shell, but with using trimethylomonium chloride to remove residual dye in the waste. So lower production cost again and higher absorption rate of 60%. Cost of activation process increased to 67%. Okay. I have to run through quite fast because Encik Zaki will be taking over from me. And then we have one from the Faculty of Engineering again. It's a novel ceramic, new ceramic for energy storage. We developed in our lab. The material possesses high dielectric permittivity over a wide range of temperatures from 0 to 125 degrees Celsius measured at 1 kilohertz and has low loss of energy. It can be utilized as material for capacitors, substrates, electric filters, and resistors. So the benefits, as you can see, high energy storage, 30 times higher as compared to the use of conventional materials, cheaper, simple, and easy to be fabricated, 30 times cost effective. So this is very attractive for industrial players. and it's stable over a wide frequency and temperature range. It has long shelf life because it is a stable oxide. So industry involving with electric and electronic components might be interested in this. Okay, so those are the products that we have on our shelves to be marketed, and these are some of the things that we have already sold that made up our 35 million sales. We have fertilizer, we have vaccine, we have virus detection kit, so on and so forth. We have a lot more actually, but these are the things that I can can show you within the time allocated for us. Okay. And we have won many awards and recognition over the years. So for further information, you can contact this Putra Science Park. But before I end this, I would like to invite Encik Zaki to talk about our commercialization facilities in UPM. Okay, so please welcome Encik Zaki Jaafar.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, Dr. Zaki, for the presentation given us on Putra Science Park and UPM. Like Dr. Zaki mentioned, we have a lot, and susah nak mention one by one. But what I can say in summary of his presentation, at the end of the day, is ikut cita rasa of what you all want. Up to the extent that we can even customize so-called your product or what you need to diversify within your industry or within your business. What we have, of course, those researchers that have done this, they study the market first, the impact factor, and they understand what is there needed. And we have, for example, we have Dr. Rasna. She's in faculty of food, but she does machine that, for example, what is needed out there to make it easier for people to make food. And she have this paper decorticator. She studies the paper industry. Currently, orang yang buat paper lada putih, dia kena rendam 14 hari, lepas tu dia kena pijak. With her machine, rendam 3 hari and no need to pijak. Things like that, you know. So and of course you say that, okay, nothing revolutionary about that. Yeah, sure, but at least it helps the industry and it helps people to establish like that. So similarly with all these researchers that they have done, what Dr. Zaki have presented, they have shown what is needed out there, but sometimes it not necessarily fit yang orang yang nak, you know, out there in the market, but they know that these are journal captured impact factor, and we have lots of that, up to the extent that sometimes is, to me also, is like mind-boggling. We have vaccine for cholera, you know, we have a vaccine for even insulin orally intake rather than inject, and that is nanotechnology, and you have only to take only once out of 3 days rather than injection every day, and this will give you time release of insulin over 3 days. Of course, it's preclinical trial and it's still a lot of work need to be done, but it has been patented. So a lot of technology like that, you know. But let me just tell you a bit of on my side. On my side, we are in the TTO office, Technology Transfer Office. Now, Technology Transfer Office, basically, whatever researchers have done, we will talk to the industry, those who are interested, and we will tell them what is the price involved and the licensing part, and if there's a royalty involved, and how do you collaborate. Now, a lot of people bertanya, a lot of people question, actually, okay, what can I get out of university? Basic question, what can I get out of university? First, of course, of all those listed, some of them saying that, okay, I've gone through the website, I don't understand, you know, what is it? Because it's true. Even for myself, when I look through the abstract of what is, they just basically list out the technologies based on what is on the patent filing, the description of it, and it's sometimes very difficult to understand, you know, some vaccine, and even for us don't know what the medical terms are, we try to understand it. So that is why Dr. Zaki mentioned he's under promotion PSP department, and I'm under commercial. We're trying to explain as layman as possible what is out there and trying to fit of your requirement. But that is not all actually. You must also understand that actually not only UPM, all universities have this collaboration with the industry up to the extent of whatever that you require, we will try and tailor-made. We are also, the researchers are also known as consultants actually. They do, of course, they charge services. They go to, for example, this Dr. Cik Ros, he has a workflow as well as ingredient how to make a better shrimp feed, makanan udang, to make sure that the shrimp grow better and whatnot. Of course, he's in the faculty of veterinary, and he's working with this one manufacturer, shrimp feed manufacturing company, to make it better. So not only his UPM is selling the technology to that particular manufacturing company, but the constant collaboration of the consultation side of the researcher is continued. So we don't leave you in the dark, so-called, we don't leave you in the dark. So a lot of people are saying that, okay, what do I do with it? I don't have a technical know-how, after I acquire this technology, and then will I be just, with the technology doing nothing? No, in terms of constant feedback by the researcher is also a must. A lot of that is involved. So for us, it's not just straight, okay, this is a technology, you go ahead and take it and, bye-bye. No, we don't do that. There is also constant collaboration for us. Another prime example, for example, we have, of course, we have also researchers that do startups with the what do you call it, with the student to make into a company, and those are also, we have a lot of those in UPM that you can easily tap into that. I just want to add also, in terms of the licensing is quite straightforward. Whatever those you are interested in, come and approach us. We will tell you the price, what is involved in that particular technology, whether it's exclusive or non-exclusive, meaning that whether we have the right later on to ask whether you're agreeable that we can sell it to others or not to others. It all depends. Sometimes that particular technology, the market is huge. You cannot just have, you say, oh, let me control the whole market. No, it's not that alone. If you have several, one or two that we can segmentize in a particular geographic area, is also good for everybody. And then we will go through in a series of the royalty involved. What is the royalty involved, and the period of the licensing part, and so forth. But what is also, I think what a lot of people don't understand so much is that, okay, is it beyond that? It is how you leverage your company to the next level. Sometimes, sometimes you say that, okay, my company is stagnant up to that level, or I do not know what to do. I'm a newly, to be entrepreneur. What kind of product can I carry? There's a lot out there in UPM you can make it to turn into a product, So, and not only that, when we license out, we say that give UPM the ability to further research on this particular thing. At the end of the day, those that is first licensed out, or those that licensing the initial technology, will benefit, because you need an upgrade anyway. So we do that. That constant collaboration is best with the researchers. I also want to
sorry to interrupt.
Sure.
That you have to wrap up
right.
already.
Last point.
Yes.
A lot of people think that, okay, where do I get the money? There's plenty of grants out there that you can tap into. Okay, some of the technologies, no doubt, need a bit of upscaling. In terms of how do I move from lab to commercialized side, and how do I market it further, and how do I package it. There's a lot of grants, from MOSTI grant to MDAC grant to Cradle grant. If you go to Cradle at CIP 500 program and you tell that I have IP from UPM, high chances that you get that Cradle 500 compared to if you have just an idea. You know what I mean? So anyway, I've talked enough. I hope this information is sufficient. Do contact us if you need any more info. Thanks.